Hi, it's Dr. Cooper. I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to access your course materials in Canvas. When you first log into Canvas, you'll usually end up on this page here that shows you your recent activity and your to-do list. You can also see your inbox and see that there's one message waiting for you to read. But the key thing is to skip the temptation to go directly to assignments. If you go to assignments, you're going to skip a lot of the materials that you need to learn before you do an assignment. So instead, click on the course and then scroll down and choose the course that you want to access first. Alright, so now that you're in the course that you want to be in, you can see the front page of the course. But what you need to do is get in the habit of first reading the announcements that are presented to you. So in this class, you will have a podcast that will be loaded at the beginning of each unit. So here you can see that already I have posted 4 podcasts that you can listen to. And when you click the link to go through to the podcast, you will see a player. And then all you have to do is click the play button to listen to that podcast. So here's the podcast. You hit the play button here, the orange button, and then it will start playing. Good morning, this is Dr. Cooper, and this is a podcast for the ENH 295 Banned Books and Censorship class. Okay, so there's lots of good information there that if you listen to, basically I will be telling you what you need to do for the next couple of days for each unit. Now, after you have listened to the announcements, then your next step is to go to the modules page. The modules page is where you're going to access the course materials. So you can see that these are all of the things that were in the first module, which was the orientation module, which ended on Wednesday. And basically you can see all of the things that you need to go through. And after you have completed them, you get a green check mark. So you needed to view the Getting Started page, and it says Viewed the page, green check mark. If you don't have a green check mark, that means that you have skipped that. And I will also see that you skipped it. So see these lessons down here? If you skip the lessons, then you won't get a green check mark. Now for the orientation, I didn't make those required, although they are highly required. But if you look at Module 1, you can see that the next 2 lessons that were required for this unit that we are in presently, they must be viewed. And as you can see, there's no check mark next to it because I have not viewed any of these pages. So the best way to do it is to start at the top. So go ahead and click the Module 1 Overview page, and then instead of having to come back to the Modules page, at the end of each page, there's a Next button. So here I'm going to read the Module 1 Overview page, and then at the very bottom of the page, it says, let's get started. Click down there. And then I can go to the next page, which is the Unit 2 page. And then once I've viewed the Unit 2 page, again, I scroll to the bottom. I can click the Next button after I've read all of the information here that tells me everything I need to do. And then I can go to the next page, which is Lesson 2. Now what happens now that I've visited these 2 pages is when I go back to modules, I will now see check marks next to the 2 areas that I viewed. And I can keep track as a student what pages I viewed and what pages I still need to view. So here you can see I viewed this page, now I have a green check mark. I viewed this page, now I have a green check mark. Now, what do I have left to do? Well, I still have to do my Lesson 2, Lesson 2A, my journal, and the discussion that's going to take place. Once I've gotten green check marks for all of that, it'll be time to move on to Unit 3. Okay, now before you start Unit 3, you're going to go back to announcements, and when Unit 3 starts, I will provide a podcast for you that will tell you all of the things that you are responsible for doing for Unit 3. So that's how this course works. So the key thing is being able to read the announcements, or in this case, for this class, listen to the announcements. Now if you're using Chrome, sometimes you may not be able to see the podcast player. If that's the case, look for a shield that is up in the address bar above this area up here. And if there's a shield, click that shield and then allow permission for the content to play. All right, so that's pretty much it for now. And also, don't forget to check your messages if you have the one that was waiting for you, like I did. Check your messages and make sure that you reply in a timely manner. All right, that's it for this quick screencast.